Hey everyone, welcome to another exclusive TBC Mastermind session. My name is Christopher Rutter, one of the co-founders of the Blogger Collective, and today we are going to talk about affiliate marketing. But first, if you're wondering what's going on with my beard, please note that we are recording this Facebook Live during a lockdown, and my friends over at Original Grooming are closed, but typically you could ask anyone on the panel. I'm typically a well-groomed person, right? Right? No arguments here? Okay, good. Earlier this week, we asked you guys what you wanted to know about affiliate marketing. You guys submitted some questions, which of course we will tackle towards the end of this. Well, it was supposed to be a Facebook Live, but towards the ending of this video, because we're having technical difficulties. So we'll tackle that towards the end. If you Oh man, because I had this little script here where I was gonna, talk about if we were live, you could post questions live, but now we're not doing that. So what I will say instead is that we are going to post this video into the group, and then you could go into there where the video is posted, and you can ask your questions there in the comments, and then we will tackle those questions and give you some answers there. So affiliate marketing, it's another great way to have some additional passive income. But like most things on your blog, it involves a bit of work. It involves a little bit of SEO. It involves figuring out user intent, keeping track of affiliate links through testing, testing wording, placement on the post, images, etc. It also involves keeping track of affiliate programs and networks. And what comes to mind immediately is the impact of COVID-19 as it has had on the travel space. Tourism accommodations were canceled. They were canceling their affiliate programs. Airbnb, it was a big one that did that, while others were drastically cutting and slashing commissions. So you want to keep track of these things. So to help with that, we created an affiliate link tracker spreadsheet, which I will link in the comments of where this video is posted. And I've also added it to the affiliate marketing course in the Blogger Collective membership site. So by all means, you can go there, download it. You could alter it, change it around, but it's a great way to get you started with keeping track of all your affiliate links. Um, I'm not a huge fan of spreadsheets. They drive me mad, but they are very useful. So I'm actually proud of myself for starting to use one. We were going to go through some housekeeping, but since we're not live, it doesn't matter. You could watch this video at your own leisure later. Um, so we're just going to move right into our agenda. So we're going to do some introductions. Then we're going to have a quick little question and answer period with Nora. I love doing stuff with Nora. I'm so glad that she's here. She is the bomb. And then we are going to tackle the questions that you guys submitted, and then that's pretty much it. So let's jump right in and do a little bit of introductions. I'll start since I've already been rambling now for a couple of minutes. My name is Christopher Rutter. I am the content creator for two blogs. My international travel blog is Rudderless Travel. My local travel blog is Road Trip Ontario. I am also the host of a podcast called Travel Horror Stories, which I've had both Nora and Kevin on as guests. Tons of fun. I'm also the co-host of the Blogger Collective podcast, which is coming out shortly, coming soon to a socially distanced theater near you. And I also have my YouTube channel, which I do a bunch of videos that are related to my blog's posts. And where I am most successful when it comes to affiliate links tend to be in the area of the things where I'm an authority on. So short trips and things like that. I do really well with GPS My City, and things to do with gear, cameras, microphones, those type of things. People are asking me questions about that all the time. I tend to do really well with affiliate links with regards to my knowledge of gear and equipment. I'm going to pass it over to Kevin right now. So Kevin, tell us a little bit about yourself and your blog and where you do well with affiliate links.
I won't spend a lot of time introducing myself because I've been on like the last 4 lives in the Blogger Collective. If you don't know me yet, then you haven't been paying attention. So yeah, I run.
Wow. Okay.
I run a number of websites, and affiliate marketing is one of the top earners, top 2 or 3 earners for pretty much all of those websites. It's something that I buckled down on a lot. I didn't spend a lot of time on it when I first got started, creating sites and blogs, but I've since learned the value of it and have been spending the last 2 years really diving into what is involved in affiliate marketing, how people approach it, and how it can be fine-tuned in order to make a nice, comfortable, relatively passive income for content creators. And on
Awesome.
to you, Nora.
Greetings. I am Nora Dunn. I'm otherwise known as the Professional Hobo, and I have been blogging since 2006, which I kindly refer to as the pioneer days. And I have a couple of online homes. Obviously, the Professional Hobo is the first one. I also have a fairly active YouTube channel these days, youtube.com/Nora Dunn. With regards to affiliate income, about half of my income comes from affiliate marketing. And generally speaking, the other half is from advertising. And then there's all kinds of little other random sources of income. So I have been affiliate marketing for, 10 years. Also, maybe since the pioneer days, I don't know. And I think I have some interesting stuff to offer today, but I also don't put nearly as much of a science to it as perhaps I should. So I'm actually hoping to learn from you guys just as much as to share my experiences with you.
Awesome. That's fantastic. And we are so grateful that you are here. Thank you for giving us some of your time. It's always a party when Nora Dunn's in the house. I can say that for sure. There's no question about that. We will try to keep it professional and get stuff done, but I can't guarantee that this train will not run off the tracks when we are all in the house, especially Kevin's here as well. So that's a guaranteed derailment of the train.
Yeah, we're pretty much screwed.
So I'd really like to point out that I love Nora's Alex Trebek mic. It's
I know, isn't it great? I seem really professional.
Totally. I need to be like swinging that puppy around, and yeah.
The only thing I didn't do today is I have a whole setup. I was telling Christopher earlier, I have a setup. So you're seeing a very boring background right now. My lighting isn't very good, but normally I've got if I turn everything around, I've got a map in the background and like the perfect little lamp and a plant, and I've got ring lights, and I have a full-on studio, but I decided to keep it cash with you guys today.
Either way, you still look great.
And I sound great too because of my microphone.
Your Alex Trebek microphone. Awesome. All right, let's get into some questions, Nora, since you have, since you've been doing affiliate marketing since the pioneer days, since the days of horse-drawn carriage. And what are the ways that you've incorporated affiliate links and affiliate marketing as a whole in your brand?
All right. So way back in the Bronze Age, I wrote an article about having a revelatory experience discovering the wheeled backpack. I guess it was 2007. I was in Hawaii. I was volunteering at a hostel, and I was having a hard time with my luggage choices, which were really poor at the time. And someone comes in with this wheeled backpack, and I'm like, oh. And so I end up getting one, and I end up writing an article about it. And Google decided that that was really cool. And since then, I have become an authority in Google's eyes on luggage. So pretty much every post that I've ever written since then that has anything to do with luggage is done well. Now, of course, back in the Bronze Age, the only really properly established affiliate program was Amazon. And even that was very new as such, but so I included Amazon links to the products that I was recommending. So it started with the wheeled backpack, and it just went from there. And then, of course, over the years, it went from Amazon to an expansion of other programs and products as well. And since then, of course, I've also expanded my strategies for affiliate marketing. I currently work with I didn't count, but it's like over 2 dozen different affiliate programs, whether they're for individual companies that have their own affiliate program, or they're aggregates like ShareASell or CJ, or any of these, or Amazon. Amazon really, they suck. I mean, let's just get it right.
Uh-huh.
It's initially it was cool, and there was a time, a few years ago when I was making over $1,000 a month with them, and then they just one thing after another, and they just kept cutting us down and down and down, and then the 2020 happened and it got even worse. So I still use Amazon, but wherever possible, I also provide alternatives for the readers. So like if I'm doing a post on packing tools or something. I love gear. This helps with them with affiliate sales. But if I'm doing a post on packing tools, let's say you can buy it at Amazon or REI or Osprey or whatever it is. So did that answer your question? I
Yep.
feel like I just went off the rails.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. I actually do the exact same thing. I actually offer an alternative as well. Affiliate, I agree with you. Amazon's a little bit makes me upset sometimes, especially lately. As you mentioned with 2020, they really did some cutting of their commissions and
I literally went from like $800 a month to $26 a month.
Jeez.
I think I cracked 100 last month though. Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow. It's pretty brutal. Well, I actually have gotten to the point where I use Amazon actually as a last resort. So I will try to find the company first. Like I go to the company, do they have an affiliate program? I try to deal directly with them. Maybe that company is part of an affiliate network, so I'll see if they're there. Maybe I'll go that direction. And if they really don't have it, then I know for sure the product is on Amazon. So I gotta use that as a last resort. That's just how I do that.
And this isn't just a matter of principle, this is a matter of finance as well. Like using PackSafe as an example, I think I make 12% commission if somebody buys directly on the PackSafe website, which is an international website. And conversely, the same product sold through Amazon would make me like 2%.
Jeez. Yep.
With that in mind, Nora, how do you find, I mean, Amazon, like we've all discussed, is the easy route. And sorry, my kids are loud because they're on lunch. Amazon's the easy route, but there's so many different ways to do it, and it can change between countries. Like for example, if you've got an audience that tracks across North America or Europe or globally and things like that, the places where they can buy things really change from area to area. I mean, here in Canada, we have MEC. In the United States, they have REI, but they're one company with two different, forward-facing, two different affiliate programs and things like that. How do you manage things like that, and how do you track it when you're doing it?
First of all, I'm aware that my audience demographics lean heavily towards North America, towards the States. So over 50% of my readers are from the States. And then everything else kind of trickles down there, really. I mean, I've got maybe 10 or 11% from Canada, another 10% from the UK, Australia, and then it just it goes into small amounts. So I play to my strengths, and my strengths are the States. I will say, so I will put a link, like buy this at Amazon or REI, knowing full well that I'm playing solely to an American audience with the REI link. The advantage of Amazon is they do have the one link program. So if a reader is in Canada and they're interested, they're obviously not going to hit REI, they're going to hit Amazon, and it will take them to the Amazon.ca version of that product. And one more thing to say about Amazon, as much as, I like to poo-poo them, if somebody clicks on an Amazon link and then they don't buy the product that you are recommending, but instead buy toilet paper, you're still going to get a commission. So that's kind of a good thing with Amazon, because you can get, commissions on random things. I like to work as much as possible, though, to more specifically answer your question, with international providers. So, the PackSafe program that I work with is international. So the affiliate link will take you to whatever country's version of PackSafe that you're in. So, but I also am aware that I'm leaving money on the table in some cases by not always being able to play fully internationally to everybody. But I also think that, you know, when it comes to blogging or any business for that matter, we can't be everything to everybody. So there does come a point when you have to just draw a line in the sand and choose your niche as a, you know, a basic example of blogging. And then from there also play to your strengths and play to your audience.
Very good question. Very, very good answer. See, she's not just a pretty face, guys.
Aw, you think I'm pretty?
So I think you sort of answered this next question. I was going to ask, like, what are some of the ways you find success when using affiliate marketing? You know, like I noticed that you use affiliate marketing in your newsletter and social media, on blog posts. I it's funny, like if someone asks a question in the Facebook group, what email service do you recommend? Like Nora's like, here's the link, because she knows she, like it's like
I'm unscrupulous.
yeah, no, and it's not a bad thing, but it's just like you literally have it, like you know, like you have it tracked. It's somewhere, like you just pull it out and it's just there. So what do you find where do you find the most success? I'm going to guess your blog, but what are the percentages, I guess, when comparing like the blog versus newsletter? Because I know you're big on your newsletter too.
So my basic, before we go any further, I think my basic MO that's really important to state is I will only use affiliate links and marketing techniques for products that I have used and thus endorsed. So when you ask me what email service provider I'm using, I'm personally using the one that I'm giving you a link for. And then usually I'll say, I use these guys, I really like them. If you want a referral link, let me know, you know, within the space of you know, groups like ours. I do now. Okay. So here's one of my shortcomings is I don't actually know specifically what percentage of my affiliate sales come from, for example, my newsletter versus my website. Because I started blogging in the very early days, I did it for very creative reasons as opposed to analytical reasons. So I have since like 2014 been really hard to come to the whole idea that I got to do things, you know, analytical stuff like SEO and stuff. So, I mean, obviously I got there. I'm in it now, but sometimes I don't put as much of a science to these things as I should. What I do is in my newsletters. We lost Kevin there.
Because his train is going like this. That's why.
We're on the slide. Anybody seen Snowpiercer? Yeah, this is what's happening right now. Okay. In my newsletters, basically, once I finish the content of my newsletter, actually, two things I do in my newsletter. In the middle, I have a featured section. And it's a sponsor. It's usually a paid spot, and it's a company that has approached me to work with me, and I charge a small administration fee, and then I make them give my readers a specially curated discount. But also, much of the time, I use affiliate links in that spot. But more instrumentally, at the end of my newsletter, I have a template section that says, you know, oh, are you planning travel soon? Oh, look at this for travel insurance. And here's my VPN recommendation, and just basic recommendations. Again, absolutely every time, products and services that I use myself every time I travel. So I can authentically, you know, stand up for all the products and services that I recommend. And that in itself can increase your ability to sell. And I won't work with any company that, you know, like I'm approached all the time, hey, sell our stuff. And it's like, unless I am actually using that product or given an opportunity to use the product, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually I've been trying to follow the same path as that as well. Because when I first got in, it was just about affiliate marketing. And then I just started, like, you know, adding stuff, and then I started dialing it back and just sticking on. And you're right, it's playing to your strengths. I started to dial back on what people were specifically asking me questions on, gear that I am actually using, things that I actually own, services that I'm actually using. And in all honesty, from a writing perspective, it's a lot easier to write about stuff that you actually are using and stuff that you actually like using. It's easier to rave about those things, especially if you like them. Like I go on and on and on about my Osmo Pocket, right? And for me to actually, you know, write about it or recommend it to somebody, it's a lot easier to do that. I mean, I'm already doing it anyways. I might as well click an affiliate link for it, right? So yeah.
Well, and let's get it right. If you're going to lead someone to buy, if they're going to click your link and then buy it, they've got to know something about it, right? So if they know that you are a raving fan of it and you're talking regularly and in great detail about how much you love that product, well, that is going to move them closer and closer to the ability to the actually clicking buy. Whereas if you just mention it in passing and say nothing about it and don't even indicate that you've ever even used it, what are the chances that they're actually going to go from your site to that store and buy that product?
Yeah, that ties in with user intent, and I think there's a couple of questions that that were asked about that, so you've already kind of are jumping the gun, which is great. Yes, we're getting the train back on the track. Okay, so what are some of? I know that you said that you are part of 24 of them, and you mentioned a few of them. What are some other ones that you're on? Just out of curiosity.
So on the topic of user intent, and I'm going to preface this with, as a travel blogger, most travel bloggers make a substantial amount of money from hotel booking, airfare, tours. I make like no money from any of these, none. Like I seriously, between all of my tours and hotel bookings, for all time, I've made less than $200 since the beginning of time, right? Mm-hmm. So I do not make money with these, despite being a travel blogger. Why? Because the people who come to my site are not at that stage of the buying process, right? Most of the time, I don't write about destinations specifically. I mean, I do, but I still don't get sales because people are coming to me in a different stage of the buying process. So I've been able to, over the years, establish where they are at the buying process and meet them there. This is luggage as a perfect example, right? So they're preparing for their trip. They want to know what luggage to get. Travel clothing, packing tools, things like this are where I excel. So I play to those strengths, packing lists in general. Which is great too, because I'm a total gearhead. So this is always great. I have so much so now that I have a closet dedicated to travel backpacks and luggage because they keep sending me stuff. So, I'm not going to say no. I like it. And I enjoy the process. I legitimately enjoy that process. So, well, what are some of the programs I belong to? Well, I'm a big promoter of Anatomy designer travel clothing. I've been working with them since 2012. I really like all their stuff, and it is expensive, but it does sell very well, and so that works really well. And I work with a couple of other clothing retailers, but it doesn't sell quite as much. But definitely, various forms of travel clothing, Western Rise, Aviator, programs like that. All of the luggage people I deal with. So AventLink is one of the aggregate affiliate networks whereby you can belong to a variety of different programs. So on AventLink, I work with REI, Osprey, and PackSafe. What are some other big ones? There's so many.
I know. I just wanted a few just so we can get the names of some of them out there into the world. And bear in mind, we're all travel bloggers, so it's most likely what we're recommending is going to be travel blogging stuff, but just going to put that out there.
Sure. Yeah. Well, and my choices of programs regarding accommodation would be booking.com. Although some people who have a heavy focus on Asia might say Agoda is better. Airbnb just what's your expression, Kevin? Airbnb shit the bed.
That's pretty close to the wording that I used. They took a big dump all over the travel industry.
Yeah, they did.
So, and I've actually never been a big fan of Airbnb, so I've never used their affiliate program. So, so that would be accommodation. Tours, your big choices are Viator or Get Your Guide. And people seem to have varying success with both. I did Get Your Guide for a while and got like nothing. So then I moved over to Viator and continued to get nothing, at which point I realized my readers aren't in that part of the buying process.
Yeah.
So
I'm the same way. It's funny. I for someone who writes a lot about travel, I don't get very much from tours. And I think the reason for that is because most of my audience is do-it-yourselfers. They're people who want to go to a destination, find them and discover the experiences themselves. They're not signing up for tours. If they do, they're usually signing up locally.
Fair enough. Awesome. So, how do you keep track of all your affiliate links? How do you figure out? I mean, you touched on it already, but how do you figure out what's working and what's not working? And if something's not working, like, how do you rectify that?
So this is one of the parts of my process that I could definitely do better with, is affiliate tracking. So there are plugins and programs that can help you understand where people are clicking from and how many clicks you're getting and how many people are actually moving through to the buying process from that. Pretty Links is one program that a lot of people use. It is a fairly lightweight plugin. I actually tried recently and would suggest that people use, if they weren't me, a plugin called Lasso. Lasso. So I was approached by Lasso to work with them, and they are extremely, they're much more lightweight and fast than Pretty Links. Like, Pretty Links can slow your site down a little bit. Lasso is like crazy fast, and you have the ability to create really pretty boxes recommending these products, and they are fully copacetic with Amazon. So they work seamlessly with Amazon, which is a challenge with a lot of these affiliate link programs. And so Lasso does everything that Pretty Links does, plus some more. You do pay for that privilege, but I installed it with all the intention of bringing my affiliate link game to the next level. And then I realized, as with any of these plugins, I would have to manually go through every single affiliate link on my website and put it into this program. Do you know how many I've got thousands of affiliate links on my website. I was like, no, I can't do this. So I was like, I backpedaled out of that one. Yeah, exactly. So how do I manage my links? Like, because one of the selling points of these programs is, if you've got, like, let's say you're promoting XYZ widgets, but you promote them on a number of different posts on your website. The beautiful thing with these things is you can change it once within the plugin and it changes it across all of your posts. Isn't that wonderful? So you know what I do instead? I just do a search on my site for, theprofessionalhobo.com plus quote XYZ widgets unquote, and I find all the places on my website that I've mentioned XYZ widgets, and I change it there. Yes, it takes me a little bit longer, but when I just kind of looked at the amount of time I was going to have to spend to manually create and import all of my links, I was soul destroying. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
However, I will say there is something to be said for making your links a little bit prettier. So something like Pretty Links, if you're in my position and you have a ton of content and you don't have the will to import all the links manually, then at least you could start from wherever you're at and make all the new links that you create prettier. So that is a way of doing it. And there is, I don't know, there's a little bit of back and forth though in the industry about whether or not Pretty Links are good. So let's say I'm recommending XYZ widgets. I have two options. I could use a Pretty Links-ish program, and it'll say, then it'll, if people look at what the URL is, it's theprofessionalhobo.com/XYZ widgets. But really it takes the reader to the XYZ widget site. So some people say that's good. Other people say, because then you don't have the actual affiliate link is like gobbledygook, right? And it's long and it's nonsensical. And some readers may think that that's a spam link and not want to click on it. Yet there are some people in the industry who think that actually it would be better for the reader to see the actual link they're going to versus some masked link. So I don't know what would be better to do. I would certainly suggest to anyone who's newer to the blogging process, get yourself set up properly from the start. Don't be me. Right? So whether it's Lasso, whether it's Pretty Links, or I think there's a few others that aren't actually plugins, I don't know. I can get some of those links. There are a few different resources that you can use, and they're very good if you want to analyze where your sales are coming from.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome. I don't have any other questions. Do you, Kevin? I mean, she did a bang up job, just, giving us so much value.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I mean, I think you made some really good points about Pretty Links. That's a tool I started using about just a few months ago because I was in the same position as you. I was overwhelmed by the number of links that were out there, and when I really buckled down on a strategy to keep all of my posts up, especially my affiliate posts, updated every year to make sure things that were links weren't broken and products were up to date and hotel bookings and things like that. I do quite well on hotels and things like that. But so there's lots. Like I could have a hotel post with 25 different links to hotels. But what I started doing for Pretty Links was I would keep the top one, whatever the number one product in that category that I recommend, as the Pretty Link, because that's the one that I drop across post after post after post after post after post. And then the rest of them are just ones that, hey, if you're checking out this one article that's got this, then here's some links for you. But adding those all into Pretty Links was a mess. So I just decided to focus that strategy on just those things that I'm going to be mentioning across the board. And I find that's a lot easier because then I can just update the one thing, and 50 posts then are updated with the new link and things like that. So I thought that was pretty good. And am I under the understanding that you don't use like spreadsheets and stuff like that to track like your programs and progress and things like that?
No, I should. I don't. There is, by the way, I did find the other affiliate link management program. It's the one that's not a plugin. So if you don't want too many plugins on your website, the other one is called Affiliate. And that's an offsite program. So it's not a plugin. So yeah, again, I should, do you know how I manage my affiliate links? It's through my bookmarks. So because I've got bookmarks to every program that I belong to. Okay. And so, for all my logins, right? And I'm scrolling it now. It's gotta be, oh God, there's a lot. I mean, there's gotta be at least 40 now. What? There's a lot in there. Wow. So yeah, I know what I belong to because I have a bookmark for every login page that I have. But yeah, like I said, don't be me. Hopefully most people who are in this group are perhaps a little bit newer to the blogging game than I was. So you have the golden opportunity to set things up right from the start.
Yeah, and just as a reminder, before you could choose one of the programs that Nora recommended for affiliate link tracking. But we also have we did create a spreadsheet for everybody, so that way they can use it right from the start, and you can get that. Well, I'll send a link to it in the comments of this video, as I said off the top, and it's also in the course already. So if you go to the course, it's already there. So you can download a copy of your own spreadsheet, so you can start tracking things starting today. Start tracking your affiliate links today. All right, so let's go into some of the questions that some of the members submitted. Are you guys ready?
Oh boy, oh boy.
All right, so Lindsay asked, I have affiliate links sprinkled throughout my site, but it feels like they aren't generating as much as they could be. I'd be curious to know more about placement and what not to try and increase conversions. I know you talked about that already a little bit, but maybe you guys wanted to elaborate on that.
I'd just like to give a shout out to Sharon Gourlay of Digital Nomad Wannabe, because she does a lot of work with affiliate marketing and has written some really fabulous posts and case studies about how specifically she uses affiliate links and how she finds the right keywords to use, and then how she, and she did I read a case study of what she did, one on like blenders or something, and how to make money with blenders. And her strategy was incredible. And it boils down to, again, user intent, making sure you know your audience. There is definitely keyword research and work involved if you want to get the traffic to your post. And then there is the structure of the post itself. So there's a few different ways that you could promote a product. You could write an article dedicated to that product and that product alone, or you could write an article that is dedicated to a review of, the 10 best blenders. And discuss each one and how to, which one is good for this and which one's good for that. Definitely search tends to like those kinds of posts. So to the reader who says, to our fearless follower who's saying, I have a smattering of affiliate links. My question to you then is, how are you doing these links? Because if you're throwing a link in there without any context around it, then that reader is not necessarily coming to your site or to that post with an interest in buying it, which might be why you're not making any money with it. So the idea is to get the people who are actually in the buying part or close to the buying part of the sales process. That's where you're going to make the most conversions.
Very good answer.
I absolutely agree with that. Like when it comes down to affiliate links, you can get some clicks from putting information in blogs from people who might be curious about what it is that you're mentioning, such as I stayed at this hotel, or this is the backpack I used on this trip and it was fantastic. And you might get some clicks and you might get some purchases from that. But when it comes down to actually making money consistently using affiliate links, you have to put yourself into the mindset of the people who are looking for things to buy, because those are the people that you're going to make money from. You're not going to make a lot of money from the people who are just browsing around and looking for information on, X, Y, and Z. You need to target the people who are looking to buy the best blender or looking to book a hotel in this city and things like that. And then you have to write content focused around answering the questions, back to our intro to SEO course and things like that are focused on answering the questions that these people have about a specific product or a service or et cetera, and giving them the tools that they need to make a purchasing decision, because those are the people that are going to click through and make a purchase. The rest is just about dropping cookies and kind of, spray and pray kind of thing, where you go in, you put links in, you hope somebody clicks on it, and then you hope that they buy something. But if you know that they're already planning on buying something, you're giving them the tools and information that they need to do it, then the chances of making a conversion and earning income from that are much, much higher.
Yeah. So a perfect example of that would be, like, let's say you have a hiking post. So like the top 10 places to go hiking. So the person's coming there because they want to know about the top 10 places to go hiking, right? That's essentially why they're there. So if you're going to mention it makes sense to mention some boots and some things like that, right? Because they're already there. They might be, oh, well, I'm already here because I want to go hiking. Well, let me see what these boots are that they're recommending. They might click on that, true. But technically speaking, the reason why they're there is because they want to know about the hiking place. So that's why if you want to capture the sale, the post needs to be more along the lines of what are the top 10 hiking boots? And then that will convert better. Essentially, is what you're saying, is my example.
Good one.
Thank you. I try. I'm just paying attention to what you guys are saying, and I'm translating it in case people didn't understand, or I'm just trying to be heard or trying to make myself sound smarter than I actually am. Okay, so the next question is, and this is very similar to Lindsay's question, so it might be just reiterating some things, but Cassandra asks, I'm struggling with user intent for affiliate posts versus traffic. I'd love to know how you approach an affiliate post from the start, how you search for keywords for affiliate versus SEO traffic, and why you place your links where you do. She's asking about an example post to see this in action, which would be helpful for those of us who are visually inclined. That would be me as well. I'm visually inclined. We'll probably do something like that next week or the week after, I believe. But what are you guys thinking with regards to this question?
All right. Great question, Cassandra. And we did touch earlier on user intent. So, I mean, I think there's a step-by-step process that you can go through. User intent, establish where your readers are and what they're interested in. That's a good starting point. From there, think about the products and services that would be of interest to that person. And put yourself in the shoes of your reader. Then think about the questions that they would be typing into search if they're searching for that product or service. So think about those questions. And then from there, let that inform your keyword search strategy. And then from there, now you've got your keywords, now you've got the ideas. And then from there, you can start to construct the post that will answer the questions that they are asking about those products and services. So writing the post actually is the last step of the process ultimately. Regarding where you want to put the links, well, you probably want to put them throughout. But what I would suggest is if you're writing a very targeted product specific article, then don't make them scroll to the bottom to get to the links. So give them something, give them an introduction and then an opportunity to jump right to it on this product, this store here, and then go into your breakdown of those products and services that you are reviewing and answering all those reader intent questions to that product. Does that make sense?
Yep, totally.
Chris, if you can, I'm not sure if you can just enable screen sharing, but I've got one of my posts that does pretty well here, and it pretty much hits on all the things that Nora was talking about there.
Okay, let me see if I could make you, maybe if I make you the host,
yeah,
hopefully that won't.
Enable screen sharing. Or make me the host, whatever.
I don't see where the enable screen sharing thing is. I don't know. I'm just going to make you the host, and then hopefully that works.
All right, sounds good. Okay, all right, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so can you guys see that? You guys see that up there? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is a completely affiliate focused article that I wrote, and I keep updated fairly often. It's about kid carriers or child carriers for travel and hiking and stuff like that. It converts quite well for me, and unlike what Nora had mentioned earlier, all my links are completely Amazon because I had not signed up for REI yet at the time. So that's something I've got to fix, and hopefully it will make me even more money once I'm with an affiliate company that actually does pay a reasonable amount of money for referrals. But
in the meantime, you are making money for toilet paper, so that's good too. Just saying.
So, it starts off with quick introduction about the product, to get the SEO stuff in there, a little introduction to me and why people should give a crap about what I have to say about what this product is, and then straight to a chart which lists the main products that I think, with a little bit of information that gives people the chance to click on it and make the purchase. If they don't most people don't want to listen to 3,000 words about what makes a great child carrier, a backpack, or restaurant, or hotel, or whatever it is that they just want to know what your opinion is and whether they think that's bull or whether they think that you seem to know what you're talking about. And if you can make the impression that you know what you're talking about pretty quickly, then that generally leads to a quick click through. And then once you do that, then I go into, here's some information about them, and then here's the details about each one of the products and a link where people can click them. That's big and bold and simple. Just keep it simple because people don't want to fish through a whole bunch of stuff in order to do it. But one of the things that I really like about affiliate marketing is that you don't need to target volume, because affiliate, unlike like an SEO thing about a guide or a city or a restaurant or a tech product or whatever, those things you're generally targeting huge volume in order to bring the traffic and ad revenue and things like that. With affiliate marketing, really what you need to focus on is that buyer intent. And if you can write an article that targets 50, 100, 200, 500 people, whatever, and get a click-through rate of like 20%, that's massive, because that's 20% of 500 people that are looking to buy a product, because versus just people who are looking for information on something. And 50 to 100 people who are clicking through in a day and then buying something, if 10% of those people buy something based on a link on your website, then you can just sit back and be like, I feel pretty good about this. But so you don't need to target those massive volumes. You just need to find that little area where nobody else is talking about it. And you can swoop in and say, okay, this is something that I know about. This is something that relates to the stuff that is already on my website. And this is a service that I can provide to the people who want to come here. And then it benefits both of you, because you're teaching them about what they need to know, and you are earning something in return for that. And every good thing is a two-way street. If it's a one-way street, it's not going to work for anybody. But if you can find something that benefits you and benefits your audience, then you've found gold.
Yeah. The only thing that I would add to that is that it's an SEO thing. So some products have like really high search volume. So you're going to have to compete with some people. Like if you're doing like the best backpack, like good luck with that. I mean, Nora probably has the top 10 spots there.
That's on me. Don't even try.
Don't even try. But I mean, in all seriousness, like you're gonna have to really like come with your SEO game and really beef up that article and really go all out and do whatever you can, because there's some products are very high competition. So just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Sharon has a question, and we kind of touched on this already. My biggest struggle is tracking links. I have had plugins that I'm now trying to get rid of. I have so many links that never converted. So just wanted some methods to boost the ROI on affiliate marketing. Amazon does amazing on her site, but she knows that there are opportunities to diversify. And I think that we definitely talked about that throughout this presentation. So I think that's pretty much well covered. Unless there's anything you guys wanted to add to that.
Go ahead, Nora.
Yeah, well, Sharon does touch upon one thing that we didn't talk about, which is the extrication of the affiliate managing plugin if you want to stop using it. And so that is something before you buy to ensure it is easy to get out. Because sometimes you can get locked into using a program or a plugin or a service, and it really makes it almost impossible to change. So just as hard as it is for me to get into the game, it might be equally hard for you to get out of the game. So that is a challenge. And so I think the possible solution to that, well, maybe not a solution to your specific problem, Sharon, but certainly I think a solution to not getting into that would be using something like Affiliate, because it doesn't alter any of your links. So you can't do link cloaking, you can't make links pretty, but you also are not altering anything on your site such that it would be difficult to get out of it if you wanted to.
Very good.
And unlike Nora, I rely heavily on spreadsheets. I've got Google Sheets that have all the programs that I'm in, and then all the sub programs that I'm in, whether it's CJ or Avant or Partnerize or VRBO or whatever I'm in. I've got my spreadsheets broken down into accommodations, gear, services, products, and stuff like that, so that I can track them. And ultimately, I want to be able to get this into a situation where I can kind of track it financially as well, so I can kind of see which types of products are earning income for me and which ones are not. I have not got those set up yet because
I've got you on that one.
Yes.
But I've added an earnings section on the one that I created, the spreadsheet. There's definitely an earnings section because I thought about that, because if you're going to track everything, you want to track commissions, you want to track changes, you want to track how much money you're making too from these particular people. So I added that to the spreadsheet.
Yeah, because it does make a big difference in the way that like, I'm a huge fan of analytics. I think it's so important to be able to track and understand it's really the way to understand the people who are coming to your website, because it's the analytics that are the close, like, unless you've got a group or, you know, a Facebook group or whatever, and all of your traffic is coming from that Facebook group, there's no way to get to know your audience beyond looking at the analytics, understanding where they're coming from, what they're looking at, how they're looking at it, and things like that. So the better you understand your audience, the better you can provide information and services to them, and the better you can answer their questions. And again, that whole two-way street thing, so that if you can provide something that they need, then they can provide you with what you need.
Awesome. Great answers. You guys are,
You're my hero, Kevin.
You guys are just killing it. Just killing it. Okay. And the last question is from Casey. So he goes, y'all, because I'm trying to be Casey, y'all need to teach me how to get hype for affiliate marketing. Every time I do it, it feels like a lot of work for little reward, and I'm sure I'm doing it wrong. Help me, guys. and I definitely think that we answered his question as well. You know, so, but is there anything else you wanted to add?
You'll get hyped when you make money. Like when that paycheck rolls in, you'll be like, oh, that's what this is about.
Damn straight.
I'm in. I'm all in. I'm a double down.
That's right.
And then do everything that we said.
Yeah.
Money talks, baby. And I mean, if there's one thing that I could say that would be like, you know, how do you kick yourself into that gear, is commit to something all the way. Don't half-ass it. Just go in and be like, okay, I'm going to dive into one topic that is affiliate focused, and I'm just gonna go balls out on it and write a great piece, SEO the crap out of it, promote it on my newsletters, promote it on my social feeds, promote it in groups, drop it in conversations where I'm talking to people on the subject, and then sit back and see how it performs. And just like Nora said, once that the checks start rolling in, then you kind of get hooked, and you're just like, oh my God, like, wow, could you imagine if I had done this on this topic and this topic and this topic and this topic? And then you do, and then you sit back and you earn that sweet moolah, and it feels good.
Yeah. And what I'll add to that is that don't wait, just start doing it like now, because you also don't want to be that person that has had your blog for 5 years now, and then all of a sudden just discovered that, oh my gosh, if I write a blog post like this, I could be making money. It's like, so you want to kind of been doing that from the beginning, like start doing that right away, like creating those nice blog posts that are, you know, affiliate link focused to make money. Definitely. So, you know, I like that approach, Kevin. One strong post, get it started. And then once you make money, trust me, you'll be churning out like 4 or 5 or 6 of those similar posts for sure. Awesome. Alrighty. So that's it. We don't have any other questions. Is there anything else you guys wanted to add before we depart?
I just want to say how great it was to be chatting with Nora again, because
Aww, I miss you guys.
It's always fun to chat with Nora. I've been personally a little bit spoiled because Nora and I had the series on my podcast, so I've been blessed to have this all the time. Like, it took us so long to get to get episodes done because we just sit there, laugh and joke and catch up. So for me, I've been really fortunate to have that. I definitely, now that we've done recording all of our series of episodes, now I'm missing it again. So this for me is like a nice good Nora injection. Definitely looking forward to it when we can get together in our meetups, because that's like the best. But I agree with you. Like hanging around with Nora is always fun, and hanging around with Kevin's like there's nothing better than hanging out with Kevin. Kevin is Kevin just reminds me of a friend that I had like in high school. Like I would have been hanging out with him in high school. There's no question about that. Like we would have been best
You would
friends
have gotten into a lot of trouble.
for sure. But yeah, it's awesome to have Nora. And Nora, thank you so much for giving us your time and your knowledge. Like I love that about you. You're always willing to just share what you know, and really appreciate you spending some time with us and giving us all this amazing info. Like, I mean, I even learned something new again. So
Even
now
I learned something new.
it's just like constantly learning stuff. So now I got to go back and just fix my entire site. But yeah, it's just great to have you here, and we really appreciate you spending time with us.
A great pleasure on my side as well. I love hanging out with you guys, and if I can impart a little nugget or two of wisdom along the way, all the better. I said nugget.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys.